Hello, this is video 3 for exploring transformations. Specifically, this one's covering exploring stretch. So stretch is when you multiply by a number greater than 0, and depending on the kind of stretch you're working with, it's either going to affect the y-axis or the x-axis. So horizontal stretch, each point is pulled away from the y-axis, so the x-coordinate is what's going to change. So if we were to take the graph that we have and set it up for stretch, we have 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put in the 5 that we have, so this is x and y. The first point is negative 2, 2. Then negative 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and positive 2, 2. Now, as I said a second ago, horizontal stretch, the x-coordinate changes, and we are going to make a horizontal stretch of 2, or by 2, which means that we're going to take our points that we already have and multiply all of the x's by 2. So 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. So the new numbers are the new ordered pairs that we're going to graph. So I'm going to go ahead and label real quickly here. So the first one is at negative 4, 2. So if I go to negative 4, which is actually, I'm kind of writing on it right now, but so negative 4, 2 would go here, and then negative 2, 0, 0, 0 didn't change. Oh, it wasn't 0, 0. Sorry, 0, 1. 2, 0, and then 4, 2. Okay, so if we connected those and compared it to the graph over here, you can see that it's wider. That W now is much, much wider. So if we were to do the same process again, but in this case now we're going to do vertical, a vertical stretch is going to pull it away from the x-axis, so the y-coordinates are going to change. If you consider what that means, we're going to be altering, oops, wrong color, the y's. So by altering the y values, this graph should end up being thinner. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So again, negative 2, 2, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 2. And again, this time around, I'm going to alter the y's. So the y values are going to each get multiplied by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 1 is 2. 0 again. And again 4. So in this case, you get negative 2, 4, negative 1, 0, 0, 2, positive 1, 0, and 2, positive 4. Okay? So the steps are pretty straightforward. All you have to do is make sure you remember which is which. Horizontal, if you think about the word horizontal, horizontal is left and right motion, so that's going to change the x-axis, while vertical is up and down motion, and that would change the y-axis. Alright, so horizontal versus vertical is pretty straightforward. Now the key is obviously by looking at it from the original to what I have now, each of my graphs slightly changed. So this original one is nice and pretty. The one over here got wider because it's pulling away from the y-axis, while the one directly below it got thinner. It's being kind of pulled to the y-axis, like towards the y and away from the x. Alright? So you're going to do the following stretch for the graph that I gave you. You want to pick 4 points or so. In this case, really you can see that there is 1, 2, 3, and maybe you can pick one over here for 4. Okay, so that'd be your 4 points. Using that information, you're going to do the same thing with a factor of 2, just like I did on the last question. You're going to do 1 vertical stretch and 1 horizontal stretch. These are probably going to be best done on graph paper because it allows you to really see what you're doing. Alright, so that's the end of this video. There is one more to look out for.